Today I want to talk to you guys about credit, mainly credit repair, or if you don't have any credit, just building up your credit. Let's just jump right into it. For those of you that just want to buy a house, or you want to qualify to get your own car, or even if you just want to get your first credit card and get that started, this video is for you. We're gonna go over how to find your credit report, what factors affect your credit report, and how to fix your credit report, ultimately how to build your credit report. So if you have a low credit score or you don't have any credit and you can't qualify to buy your first home, or you want to get started in investing, the credit repair process or credit building process is knowing what your credit is. You need to know where you stand first before you can build up or repair. There's a website that is completely free. The federal government allows citizens to have access to their credit report for free once a year from all three credit bureaus. The three credit bureaus are Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. Okay, so what you're going to do to get your full credit report, where it's going to list your name, your addresses, all the credit accounts that have been opened under your name, you're going to go to annualcreditreport.com. I'm going to link it down below as well. And you're going to request your credit report from all three credit bureaus. Why all three? Because they may be different. Not all creditors report to all three credit bureaus. Sometimes they'll only report to one and not to the other. And there may also be negative derogatory remarks on one and not the other. That's why the credit scores are going to vary. So you want to get all three credit reports, because eventually what we're going to do is we're going to update them and we're going to get them all on the same page. Now, if you want to see your credit score, you can get your free credit score using an application like Credit Karma, Credit Sesame. You'll be able to see a general credit report on those applications. I know there's many. Those are the ones that I like to use. It provides two credit bureaus on there, not all three. It's TransUnion and Equifax. So Experian isn't on there, but you'll be able to see your credit score there. You'll be able to see the credit accounts that are open under your name. The other reason why I like these applications is because they're very easy to refer to and they're 24/7. It's free to use and it's very user friendly. So you can even dispute derogatory remarks within the app. And one really cool tool that I like about it is that it even recommends credit cards that you're either pre-approved for or you have excellent odds of approval, so that you can go ahead and start building your credit that way. Once you have your credit in your hands and you know exactly where you stand, you need to know how to read it, and you need to know what factors affect your credit report. The number one factor that affects your credit report is credit utilization. So the percentage of the credit lines that you have, how much of that have you used? If you have a $1,000 credit card and you have used $800 of that credit card, you're at 80% utilization. That's not good. You need to bring it down to at least 30% or less. And what I recommend is 12% if you really want to go on this credit building journey. Eventually, you'll have so much credit that you'll be able to use different lines of credit and never even go above that. I have over $60,000 in credit card debt, which is all investment debt and it's all 0% interest, but my credit utilization is only at 9%. And that's because my credit lines are so high that I don't get to that 30 or 40% so easily. The second factor that really affects your credit is credit histories. If you have any older accounts, I don't recommend to close any of them. And again, I'm not a financial advisor or an expert. I am not licensed to give financial advice, but I am sharing what I know and what works for me and what has worked for my friends and family and people that I have helped along the way and I've seen really good results with. So if you have an old credit card or any credit cards that have more than 2 years of history, don't close them. Why? Because this history helps your credit score increase. The longer your credit line is open, the better your credit score will be. Every time you open a new credit card, your credit history will go down. So my oldest credit card is about 15 years old. My newest credit card is 1 year old. So my average is about 8 years, 7 years. And that's my credit history. So imagine if you had all 1 and 2 year old credit cards, it's not a lot of history and it's going to affect your credit score. I'm going to put up a pie of what other factors affect your credit score and how high of a percentage they have in the effect on your credit score, so you have a better idea and you can work on it that way. Now that you have your credit report and now that you understand how to read it, you need to update your credit report. What do I mean by update? You have to fill out a 609 letter to all 3 credit bureaus, and you need to provide certain information. And I can make another video on this if you guys would like to see it with more detail and more information. Just comment down below if that's something you're interested in. It is a process and it will take a month or 2 to see any difference in your credit reports, but it is totally worth it. So the first thing you want to do is update your name, update your address, and update your employer. Sometimes your name will be spelled differently, and this will help you later on to be able to dispute certain accounts that may be negative. You can dispute them because they don't have the correct name on them. So you update your credit reports, make sure all 3 credit bureaus have the same exact name, your most updated address, and your most recent employer. And then you're going to dispute any derogatory remarks. And if you have any outstanding loans or balances that are with collections, you either want to dispute them or you want to come to an agreement with those companies to be able to clear your credit of those derogatory remarks. It's really hard to build your credit on top of those negative remarks, so foreclosures, late payments, no payments, stuff like that. After about a month or 2, any disputes that you have put in and any updates that you've made to your credit reports, you should be able to see them on your credit report, and you should see a difference in your credit score. If you don't worry, because now we go into my favorite part, which is building your credit score. And there's many ways that you can build this ecosystem, and I'm just gonna name a few. The first way you can build your credit is ask friends and family to add you as an authorized user on their credit card, a high history, high limit credit card, because that's what's really going to push your credit score up, because remember, those are the 2 highest factors that affect your credit score. So if they have like a 5-year-old, 10-year-old credit card that has like a $15,000 to $20,000 limit, if it's lower than that, no worries. You just want to get on a card that's at least more than 2 years old and has at least a $5,000 credit limit. This is one of the fastest ways and the easiest ways. All they have to do is call their bank. Most banks, they can just even do it online. They just have to put your name. Sometimes they need your social security number. Once they add you to their credit card or any line of credit, whenever that credit card reports, it will report on your credit report as well. The credit card owner does not have to give you a credit card. You just want to get the benefit of having that on your credit report. The second easiest way to build your credit is to get a secured credit card. So let's say you open Credit Karma, and if it doesn't give you excellent approval odds or great approval odds, I don't recommend to apply for them, because you have a high chance of getting denied. Every time you apply for a credit card, it's going to take about 5 points from your credit. If you get approved, it's going to bring your credit score 20, 30, 40 points up, depending on what the credit limit is. But if you don't get it, then you lost those 5 points. You can always dispute that, and I can get into that in another video. To get a secured credit card, you can go to most banks, and let's say you want to get a $500 credit limit. Well, you're going to give them $500 cash, and this is called a secured line of credit. So they're going to have that security of having your $500, but you're going to be able to use this credit card over and over and over again as long as you pay it off. It will bring up your credit score, because this credit card will report to your credit report, and you will be able to pay it off every month. Now, you cannot use more than a recommended 12% of your credit card if you want to see max results. You can go above that, you can go to 30 or 40%, but I don't recommend it if you really want to bring your credit score up as high as you can and as fast as you can. So after 6 months, you're going to want to ask for a credit limit increase. Most banks won't do a hard credit check because they already have your credit and they have your payment history. So you can ask them to do a soft credit check. Sometimes they want the hard credit check. Getting the credit limit increase is still worth it, so I would still go ahead and do it. But what this does is it brings up your credit limit. Once you have this secure credit card for at least a year, check back with Credit Karma and see if you have better approval odds to get a credit card. If you do, and it falls within the criteria that I mentioned before, go ahead and apply for it. You can either apply for it through Credit Karma or you can go directly to the bank's website. If you get approved, yay, celebrate. You're gonna get it in the mail in a few weeks, maybe a week, maybe less than a week. And sometimes they even give you the credit card information so that you can start using it right away. You can even add it to Apple Pay or Google Pay. And with this credit card, you will also ask for a credit limit increase every 6 months. Every time you get a credit limit increase, it's going to be higher and higher. So maybe the first credit limit increase was only $500. Next year, it'll probably be $1,500. The next year, it'll probably be $5,000. Just like finances, just like real estate investing. It starts off slow, but it snowballs later on. I started off with no credit. My first car, I had to ask my mom to co-sign on an auto loan because I couldn't get an auto loan. I had $10,000 saved, but the car was worth $15,000 and I couldn't even get a $5,000 loan because I didn't have any credit. What I did was I got a secured credit card. It was only $500 and I built it up, and I still have that credit card today. And now every time that I apply for a credit card, the least that I get is $15,000 credit limits. I get $20,000 and $25,000 credit limits like candy. It's very easy for me to apply and get credit cards, but I'm very picky now. I look for bonus credit cards, I look for 0% interest credit cards, and I strategically request or apply for credit cards when I know I'm going to use it for something so that I can get that big bonus at the end. I have a list of my favorite credit cards. I can make another video if that's something you guys are interested. Again, comment down below. Let me know what kind of video you want to see when it comes to credit. I know a lot and I really enjoy talking about credit because it excites me. It's allowed me to do what I've done today with my real estate investments, the beautiful home that I own now and I live in with my family, my residential home. It's all been because I have really good credit and I have really low interest rates, if no interest rates at all. Another way to build your credit is to get a personal loan. Mostly anybody can qualify for a personal loan. It can be a $500 personal loan. What you're gonna do is, instead of wasting or spending that $500,000 personal loan, or I'm sorry, I'm thinking big numbers. Instead of wasting or spending the $500 that you're gonna get from this loan, you're going to put it in your savings account and you're going to pay that personal loan every month using that money. So let's say the personal loan, you got it for 2 years, you're gonna pay it off in maybe 6 months. What that's gonna do for you is you're going to build credit. And yes, you're gonna pay some interest. It's not gonna be too much. I'll put some math here. For example, for a $500 personal loan, what you would pay on it for 6 months for interest, it's not going to be too much. And what this is going to do is going to boost your credit score. As soon as you pay off that personal loan, your credit score is going to go skyrocketing. Just like it's good to have a diversified portfolio, it's good to have a diversified credit report. Creditors want to see a diversified credit report. Like, they want to see a few credit cards on there. They want to see that you have been able to pay an auto loan or a personal loan or any type of loan. Having a mortgage on there helps a lot, especially if you're making on-time payments. It really creates a healthy ecosystem for your credit, and creditors are gonna love that because they're gonna look at you as a responsible person that's been able to qualify for a home, a vehicle loan, or 2 vehicle loans, and multiple credit cards, and you've been able to keep your credit utilization below 12%. That means you're not gonna be a high risk to them if they lend you even more money. So they're gonna be more willing to give you $20,000 and $30,000 credit limits because they know you're gonna be responsible with it. The last trick I have up my sleeve is getting your rent and your utilities and other bills that you normally pay monthly that don't get reported. And you can do this by using Experian Boost. I'm going to leave the link down below. What this does is, if you pay rent monthly and if you pay utilities, you can report on Experian Boost and it'll show up on your credit report. It'll build that credit score for you without having to have any credit or loans open. That'll help you get on track. So eventually you can qualify for these other credit products. That's it for now. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you learned a little bit more about credit to get you on your financial journey. I've just had a lot of success with all of the knowledge that I've acquired throughout the years, and credit really, because I couldn't have done anything without having good credit. So if this video was helpful for you, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Share it with your family and friends. I want to help as many people as I can, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.